Bro. Canceled, bro. We canceled, bro. Canceled, bro. What did I say, bro? What did I say? Bro, what did I say? Alright, hold on. Give me a second. Alright, let me put that. Alright, let me go back to this, guys, so you guys don't get all huffy puffy about this. Let's go back to whatever this shit is. Yo, Sinato, bro, you were talking hella crazy. Here, come up on the panel. Bro. For here, I'll invite you. Ready, Sinato? You're talking Matt. I'm hoping you didn't report me, bro. Like, you feel me? I know it's you, bro. Come on up, bro. Come on up. Coming up, bro. It's trouble. Come on up, bro. Stop talking all that shit. Add me a can. All right, let's see. All right, here. You're given a chance, bro. I just invite you. Okay. All right, bro. Trouble. Man, I wanna. Yo, just there.
Yeah. It won't work. It kept saying live.
Yeah, go ahead.
It kept saying like guest access is needed to join live.
So I was banned. Okay.
You was banned for what?
I don't know what I said.
It wasn't me.
It was you. You reported me. Trouble.
I just made that account.
No, it was you. Remember you called me out? That's why.
But I didn't report you.
No, you let the algorithm know that I was trouble, not you.
Oh dang! I'm powerful.
I'm banned until like next week, dude.
What? No, that's not my fault.
I swear, trouble. You started talking shit about me. I was banned all of a sudden.
No, that was some crazy double agent type shit, trouble.
Nah, bro. Here, let me show trouble. She thinks I'm playing. She thinks I'm playing. Look at this.
That's not me. That's not my fault.
Oh my god, I'm blaming trouble.
It's because you're Somali, trouble.
Damn Somalians.
You see what happens when I like stand for Somali.
It wasn't me.
I just want you to know that I sacrifice my life for you. All right.
Vibes. I just thought of something.
I'm too
Whatever.
strong.
Whatever, dude.
You ready? You guys ready?
Was it because you crashed out when I was calling you pendejo?
Oh, you crashed out.
I can take pendejo, please. All my family calls me
It was
pendejo.
because I said I was gonna turn FBA.
No, it was when I was like gonna take a shahada is when they were gonna ban me.
Oh, you can't say
No,
shit.
I'm joking. I really don't know what it was, Trouble. I don't know.
You trolling me?
You were just talking. You took over the live and then I was banned. That's why I blame you.
Oh.
It's just because you're Somali, I think, Trouble.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for the?
But I stand with Somalis. I don't even worry about it.
You know the
You know you stand with Somali. You don't have to prove anything to us, bro.
You know the You know we don't get along with the small hat.
I stand with too.
No, we need somebody.
I stand with all Africans. I don't stand with FBAs. That's why I got.
I'm trying to get you laugh.
Are you guys gonna add my account again? Are you guys gonna add my account now?
Now we're gonna mass report it. Yeah.
No, I need that account. This account is too hot.
Oh, it's too late. No, sorry.
Mateo,
I'm just. I don't do that shit like that.
Mateo, add my account.
I literally had somebody trouble. This is how oh my god. This is how much I don't report people. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna
I'm just joking. Hold on. Oh my god. Here, I'm trying to find Nick-Walt. Oh, that's not Nick-Walt.
Welcome 99.
I hope this will happen again. We gotta get all the Negroes back to Africa. And
all right, bro. All right, we'll take your Negro ass back. I can't have you. I can't have you say that, bro. 99. Just come correct. Hold on, bro. I've been booted already, bro. I don't need a random saying that.
Come back on my other account.
Trouble.
Right, guys.
How are you gonna get me banned and then leave me? Okay. All right. Bye.
Oh god. I hate when he drinks. It drives me
Just
insane.
Trouble. I'm trying to tell you, Trouble's just
Ramble.
Bye. All right, Mateo. It's just you and me. All right, Mateo. We got this.
Great.
Oh, we got Nick Wall's gonna come back. Hold on, let me try to get him.
No, listen, we need somebody to do that Horses in the Stable song. We need a remix to be like, FBA's in the stable. Ride.
Mateo, I'm about to drop it.
Love how you ride.
No FBA. No FBA. No.
Come on, that would be funny though.
Bro, I can't.
That's why
Mateo, you know, if you come up on my live, you're gonna be trolled. You know that, Mateo.
Oh, I don't.
You got East Africans versus West Africans, and then they see you, right? You know you're gonna get some shit, right? And I don't want to hear, I don't hear vibes. How are you gonna let this guy just talk and blah blah blah? And I can understand what you went through last time, right? But
what are you talking about?
I had to hear it back because I wasn't here. But Mateo, there's no safe grounds here. You know that, right?
I don't expect you to be safe. No, that's not okay. You got me confused, dude. It's not about.
So last time you were like vibes. No, listen. You're like vibes. Mateo, listen to me. Mateo, you're like vibes. How are you gonna let this dude just come up here and talk and all that? You hear me? You remember that? Mateo, are you there?
There's a difference in letting someone talk and letting the ops talk and giving the ops.
Okay. So Mateo, you don't get to decide who's ops. So again, Mateo, people are gonna come up here and talk shit about how you look like. They're gonna try to.
I don't care about that. I'm not.
Okay, so Mateo, listen to me.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. You're not listening to me.
No,
I
well,
don't care. I
this
don't
is
care
my
what people
panel.
say.
Okay, Mateo. This is my panel, so you have to listen to me, right, Mateo? So, oh, okay. So now you fled. Okay, Mateo. All right, fine. So you have to be privileged enough to come up here and just talk over me. Okay, cool, Mateo. Great. And you're gonna, Mateo, stop being so hurt, bro. Stop it. Wait, did somebody boot him? Who booted him? All right, nobody booted you. All right, Mateo, come back up here. Stop it. Did somebody knock you, Mateo?
No, I fucking left, dude.
Okay, Mateo. So if you can't handle shit from me, you can't handle shit from
No, you're
anybody
not.
else, Mateo.
Okay, it is your panel, right? Number
Okay.
one.
All
Number
right.
two.
Number
I have
two.
to listen to
I
you.
get to set. I get to set number two, not
Okay,
you.
but I'm trying to illustrate a point to you.
So number two, Matea, I ask you not to be too sensitive. I get about your skin color.
God, I don't care about that
So Matea, then shut the fuck up. Why are you so hurt about anything I'm talking about on my panel?
because I got mixed up with what you were talking about.
So Matea, let me finish talking,
Okay, so
Matea,
you
please.
don't let me explain my position. Good.
No,
Good
so
deal.
this is the victimization that you. Okay, so Matea, listen to me right now. I respect you, Matea, for who you are, but you have to understand that I got control over this. So Matea, I wasn't around when people picked on you for your skin color and them not seeing you as African as you. You hear my voice right now, Matea. They will never think I'm African because of the way I talk, let alone how you look like.
I never
Okay?
said anything about that. I never said anything
No,
about that.
I'm telling Matea, I'm telling you. Give a fuck about what you're telling me, okay, Matea? Matea, I've heard you long enough to respect you. So if you don't respect me, I give a fuck if you respect me or not. I deal with so many fucking people, Matea, but I'm telling you right now, the last thing that you have to hear is from me. Don't be like listening to other people on the panel and be like, oh, okay, Vibes, you let this dude on? I heard you last time talking about, oh, why would Vibes allow this dude to even be on this panel? Like, I don't want to hear that bullshit, Mateo. I allow people on the panel like I allow you on the panel. All right? You're Kikuyu, I get it. You half African, you half Kenyan. All right? I get shit all this fucking time, Mateo, more than you ever would get shit. Not because you're like, look at you put your profile picture on, bro. So if I have your backing, just know I have your backing. You don't have to be like, why would I allow someone to talk shit to you? If I have your back, I have your back, you know? That's all you have to fucking know. Don't be questioning why I have people on here or not. You're going to get okay, so Matea, from now on, just don't come up if you're not I'm not going to protect you is what I'm saying, Matea. You hear me? Like, you hold your own on every panel. I have to hold my own on my own panel. Run your own fucking panel. Do your own lives if you want to curate your own fucking lives. You hear me? You hear me, Matea? Don't be expecting shit from me. That's all I'm saying. And I don't mean that to harm you or anything. It's just like, I can't stand anybody to tell me how to run my own shit. You feel me, Matea? You hear me? You can unmute.
You can read the comments. I mean, I'm not gonna like keep saying.
I don't even fucking read the comments. I'm on live. I'm here talking. I give a fuck
So are you gonna let me speak now without interrupting?
Yeah. Go ahead, Matea. Go ahead.
Okay, when I said that the other night, it had absolutely not a single thing to do with anybody saying anything against me. It was about the people that were blatantly saying things that's obvious that they're paid agents. It had nothing to do with anybody saying anything about me, Kikuyu, my skin tone, any of that shit. I'm fucking sober, dude. I don't smoke weed anymore. My memory is getting to be very fucking clear. So I would be honest and say if it had anything to do with me, I don't give a fuck about anybody defending me. I don't need you to defend me. I don't want you to fucking defend me. So if you don't understand what I just said, I don't know what to tell you because it had nothing to do with me personally. I don't care what people say. It's your fucking platform. You are correct about that. What I was referencing about you allowing people to stay up is people they're showing a pattern of behavior that tells me, hey, this is a paid agent. It had nothing to do with me. Now, if you want to come back and say that it did, that's fine, but it didn't. And I would be very honest. I'm a very honest and authentic, and aside from things I have to keep private for myself and other people's safety, I'm a pretty, clear person. So that's it, dude. I'm not mad at you. I don't expect you to defend me. That was what I was trying to get across to you. That's it. So you misheard. And if you don't, I'm dropping it. I don't really care whether you think you misheard or you didn't or whatever. We're never going to have beef, bro. Period. Point blank.
I already know that, Matea. I already know that. I'm saying I heard you last time talking about how can Vibes have this person on here? Like, hold on, Matea. I don't have 3 wives, 2 wives. I don't live in Africa. You run a kingdom in Africa. You do your own thing, Matea. Again, I don't care about. I respect you as who you are, but don't expect too much of me, and I only mean that in the way that I have mods working, right? They allow shit to come up on. Every time you come up, Matea, not everybody is willing to receive a Kikuyu, let alone a YT Kikuyu that's on your profile. And I give you, you know what, Matea? Hold on, Matea. I'm not done talking. Matea, I give you props for showing who you are, and I've shown you props and respect.
Continue to stick your ass out. You're not listening. Goodbye.
Well, okay, bye. You're just a little too fucking sensitive is what the fuck it is, all right? And I don't have a fucking red carpet for your fucking Kikuyu ass to come up here and act like you're fucking royalty on my fucking panel. And then expect me to hear your bullshit about how I should be doing shit on my panel. Run your own fucking panel, run your village back in Kenya, okay? It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you because you're in your fucking feelings. Give a fuck about you. Talking all that shit. No, you really don't have any respect for me because, like, you keep talking shit. I keep trying to fucking have your back, but fuck you and fuck everything you have to do. You want to run shit on my panel. You can't. So you're bored. You're confused. Okay, stay in the comments like everybody else does, Kikuyu. You're not true Kikuyu. I'll show you a true Kikuyu. I have friends. Lay off the alcohol, bro. Okay, let me screenshot this shit now. So every time you come back, I will remind your ass how you are really ops. You only need one reason to turn your back on me, right? So Vibe, stop. You didn't hear him. And you got fans. Okay. Give a fuck, bro. I could be smoking crack right now. Like, whatever. I don't care, bro. Again, have fun with both of your Kenyan wives that you work at fucking Walmart as a what? Matea, you work as a fucking bag boy, or I don't know what you fuck. Like, stop it, bro. Like, I can fucking dig into your bitch ass. Stop it. Exactly. Come through. You were my friend, now you're my enemy. You see how quick that works? All right. So anyways, Matea, give a fuck. All right. I'm not ashamed of my job. Okay. Well, you can't afford 3 wives and work at fucking Kmart as a bag boy, okay? Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that. No. Now don't backpedal now. I don't even want to fucking hear any of that bullshit. Fuck that. Today I got time, bro. This is my mom.
Vibes, you're out of line now.
All right, Trouble.
You're out of line now.
Don't Trouble. Don't make me mute you. I hear you, but like Matea, just like he's doing a little too much too. You don't know anything I can afford. You can afford 2 fucking wives. I can't. I don't even have a girlfriend, Matea. All right. If you wanna strut your 2 wives from Kenya And after you're done working with your shift at Walmart, you go back to support your 2 wives in Kenya. Like, stop it, please. I don't even want to hear that. Trouble, I get what you're saying, but like, no. Matea, now he wants to act like he is the shit. Yeah, I can see why you don't have a girlfriend. I don't brag about anything, bro. I've heard you talk about
Can both of you stop? Can both of you stop?
I've heard you talk about all your wives in Kenya, bro. Stop it. And then you get butthurt because people call you a YT Kuyuyu or look, listen, bro. Stop it. I always been on the shit. Okay, I don't care. I really don't care, bro. Matea, nobody cares, bro. You're the only reason why you were up here because I fucking had I had a good relationship with you, but now you've ruined it because you thought you were the one. So okay, bro, we've been friends up until this point where you wanted to drop and act like the victim. That's fine. So again, no one's gonna come to your town. You're the kingdom of Kenya. You're the king of your little village with 2 wives while you work at Kmart fucking doing whatever. Nobody cares. Anyways, Trouble, I don't mean any harm to you. I know I sound very mean right now, but no one's gonna come up on my panel.
No, I listened to I was here on the other account and I listened to what happened and I read the chat. No, Abai, he doesn't hate Africans. He's not FBA. He's African.
Again, I have to deal with this shit too. I have to deal with people thinking I'm YT. Okay, so if anybody had any kind of like reference about how people feel about, and I told him I give him credit for. No, he can't come back. He can't come back.
Vibes, he was just telling you weren't here, and it was like ops that were attacking him.
That's fine though, but for him to be like, why would Vibes allow this? Like, I will
maybe
allow.
maybe like at the moment when it happened, like he was just frustrated, you know.
He's still very butthurt about it and sensitive, and I already knew this was gonna happen because like, who would fault the host about? We bring up everybody. We bring up FBAs. We bring up racist people. Like, who the fuck do you think that you should be like? I don't know, excused from any criticism by anybody. And then on top of that, you have us to back you up. But you would criticize me. I already heard him. How is
Nah, but like Vibes, like the other day, you know, when I heard what's that guy's name? What's his name? That Sam guy, whatever. Like at first I almost crashed out. But
I know.
I reeled it in.
I know.
But like in the moment, I almost blamed you, but then I stepped back, you know, and I was like,
right,
yeah. But you know, like it's just at the
but
moment.
Remember today, Trouble? Remember today when they're like, "How dare you have someone talking shit about Somalis while Somalia was there?" And then they called her the B word, and then you dropped him. Remember that?
What's it called? He ran.
No, but they were like judging me because I let someone on, and then they called you the B word, and then we dropped him.
Oh,
but I had what?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, so the guy in the comments was like, or the guy that came up, he was like, "How dare you let him up and call?" Like, cause he was mad because you know, I was totally about against FBAs, but he was like, but you're gonna let like this is what they do. They go like they target us East Africans, West Africans, you know. And this is what I'm saying about them taking notes about how we deal with each other, and then they're gonna use it against us. So I can never be right in any situation, you know.
No. It's just miscommunication.
But Trouble, if somebody comes up here that I know, like Trouble, I know you can hold your own, you know?
Yeah.
And so I don't like, obviously we dropped him when he called you the B word.
Yeah.
But like he tried to use that against me. So it's same thing with Matea. Matea's like, why would you dare have this guy that's like attacking me about my skin color, about who I am. The host knows me. Like him thinking that just because I know him that he has to still hold his own. You can't expect that like I will come to your defense every time. And then you can't shit on my panel because you choose to come up here and you can't hold your own. Like, listen, bro, I've already had your back so many fucking times. So
Listen, this is just one singular moment. Like, you don't, like, let's just let it go. Matea, good people, you good people. It just
yeah, I'm gonna tell you good people, but okay, today I've been going through some shit. All right, I already dealt with some stuff, personal stuff, but maybe it's not personal. But like, bro, you leaving the fucking like, okay, you asking to request back up after you drop and don't want to talk anymore and act like a white like. Oh my god! Like
vibes. You're being
no.
honest.
I have to say this to Matea. You have two wives, right? But you act like the third wife because, like, how dare you? How dare you just drop in the mid conversation and then ask to come back up? Like that's some bitch ass shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's stupid. Don't be asking to come back up when you drop. Drop and drop forever. For real, Matea. I'm not here for that bullshit.
I'm buying a request up.
And then you say some crazy shit in the comments as you always do. Nope. I have more respect for you.
This is a Somali girl. I already know she's
Somali. I wanted to go back off. Okay, well, stay off, bro. Why are you in the comments? Anyways, Nagual, sorry, bro. You know, I sound like a little girl right now too. Just going off Matea. My bad.
No, I understand. Like ops are the kind of the point. You know, we had a good live on my live, but I wanted some ops up there. You know, like because without the ops, there's no contention. Without the contention, there's no trivia. Without the trivia, there's no follows.
I don't see. She says she's requesting up, but I don't see her in the thing.
Oh, she's there. She's there. Here. Oh. I don't know her. Trouble. Go ahead.
You know, I'm Somali.
I can tell she's Somali. I don't know her either. Hi.
Really? How did you tell Somali?
Because your picture. Everybody knows that picture.
I'm dead. But I was on this live earlier and there was like real native people, like the real native people. And the way that they were coming at these FBAs and showing receipts that they're not even from America was literally blowing me so bad. I literally sat there for like a whole hour just watching these FBAs go down.
Wait, who was it? I missed it.
Oh my god, I added them on my thing. I don't know if I can get out of here and see.
Was it like Bay?
No, it was like real like Native Indians. Like they even look Native Indians. They came at them so bad. And then when the FBA guy was like, go back. You're gonna get deported, boy. You're about to get deported soon too. I know. I was like, shit.
It's blurry vibes. It's so blurry.
It's so sad. Like this whole FBA thing and how they're coming at everybody and just making it seem like they're natives to America when they're really just Africans. Like, and the guy was like, well, you're not native over here either. You just came on a boat all over the high. That shit was crazy.
Wait, vibes, can we make peace and let Matea up? Where'd he go? I can deal when women are fighting. I can't deal with men fighting. It's too much. It stresses me out.
What is with him? Like a couple wives?
Oh no. You know, sometimes people come on these panels and stuff, they're just disrespectful.
So why is he upset at him? Like I heard something about two wives and
I guess Vibes just wasn't here when it happened and like it just got out of control.
Vibes, the prompt is all right. It's clear. It's nothing's obtrusing. You know what I mean. Nothing's in the way of the prompt. It's straight.
Oh yeah, now it's clean.
It's clean, but it's dirty at the same time, which is just the way I like it.
Mateo,
So,
you shouldn't
so
care you shouldn't care about what anyone thinks on you. Forget about it, you know? Don't
no,
worry
that's what I
about
was
it.
going to say earlier. I was like, look, I mean, I've had people call me sweatback, you know, like illegal alien, taco bender, chili chomper, all kinds of. I don't give a shit. I mean, if a person who's confident in who they are,
What are
they don't
you?
give a fuck what other people say about them. I mean, if anything, I like that people say anything about me. A player ass player once told me, Leroy, it's when motherfuckers ain't talking about you that you got problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you got shit to worry about because you gone.
Yeah.
You know what
Are
I'm
you
saying?
African?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not African. Why?
Like, well, will you
Uh,
say you're native?
I'm not native.
Indigenous?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay.
okay. Just
See, what
In
most
my
people don't
head,
understand is that
indigenous and
native.
native is like interchangeable for some reason.
No. Most people don't understand. If you go look at the denotative definition of native, it literally means a person born into servitude or
Oh.
bondage, and it also references directly, denotatively, primary definition wise, it references a woman born into slavery.
Oh.
So most people that I check, you know, that are kind of making fun of so-called black folks as being native or not native, I'm like, y'all are already fucked up, and I'll refute every single thing you got to say.
Hey, Nicole.
Yeah.
Black Panther mentality with a spick fist.
Yeah, I got it straight up. No, but seriously though, I was like, so I had this cat come at me, AIM Global, and he came at me in the DMs. I noticed, I notified
Oh, bro.
Vibes about it, and he's like, "Oh, yo, you got to tell your people with all your extensive knowledge about, you know, black folks being indigenous, you know." And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "This is on Vibes Live, man. This is Vibes Live. It's not my live. What the fuck Vibes does in his live is his live. But I'm not gonna tell Vibes what to do in his live." That's straight up what I said, and I told Vibes afterwards. I laughed at it.
Nicole. Yeah. It's even for I guess I don't know what to say. Look, Matea. Matea. Yeah,
I think you should just bring him up. Seriously.
Yeah, can we make peace, please, and start over with Mateo?
Nah, not tonight. Matea needs he already dropped twice. He dropped twice. But hey, Matea, if you hear me, we'll talk again tomorrow.
But definitely,
I just think I've already heard Matea like calling me out as the host about how I should be running my shit. You know, Matea, don't take it personal, bro. It's just like I don't want to even.
So what I was saying was to definitely, I was like, what was your interest in me being? If I was asking if I was African or not.
Oh, just curious, to be honest.
But what if I just said I was African?
That's the same thing that Matea's going through. It's like when Matea's like, "Are you white tea?" He's like, "Nah, I don't even want to talk about. I'm Kikuyu. I've already talked to the host about it."
I don't have an issue, you know.
Hold on.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Okay, but Mateo is still a
It
person.
seems like the FBA has been coming.
I know that. That's why I said, Mateo, you're
everybody.
good. We'll talk tomorrow. Like, we don't have to talk tonight
And
about it. I don't want
honestly, I just asked just to ask. There was nothing behind it, you know.
So,
All right.
okay, I don't know. Def, can you give me your race and race and ethnicity where you're from?
Well, was born in Kenya.
Race. Okay, so you're Kikuyu. You Kikuyu?
No, she's not Kikuyu.
No, I was born in Kenya, but I am Somali.
All right.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of Somali people that were not born in Somalia, but they're Somali.
All right. So were you born in there or not?
I was born in Kenya.
You were born in Kenya. Where you live at now?
Minnesota.
Can you explain to me what Siju is?
Hold on,
Honestly,
Trouble.
I don't even know.
Hold on, Trouble. Let me. You got the second interrogation. Let me cook real quick.
I mean, the grilled cheese is fantastic.
Hold on. No, I'm joking. I'm definitely. Hold on. I'm kind of joking, but I'm not. So you're in Minnesota now, but if you were to say a race and ethnicity, what would you say?
I mean, African. Like when I'm being asked and be like, what? Like I say I'm African.
Grilled cheese is incredible.
Because I'm not gonna like. I don't know. Like I'm not from here. You know.
Yeah,
So
really,
Yeah, so when I'm being asked about I'm African, what am I gonna say that I'm Black American, because I'm not.
Yeah.
And yes, I am Black. My skin tone is black. Like but I'm African. I'm East African.
Yeah.
But not all who are Black presenting are from Africa. For the record, anyone wants to come at me, I got gloves on.
It's a thing. The thing is people press us about the whole Black thing. Like, I'm comfortable saying it because I was born and raised here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, I also understand why Somalis are like not really like, I'm Black, yeah, Black power. Like, they don't have to be that because they don't get it. They're just not important to us.
So you got the gloves on. Is that what you're saying, Trouble? You ready? Let's go, girl.
Yeah, I got the gloves on for my people. You know what I mean?
I'm just fucking with you. I wouldn't fuck with Trouble. Unless you start
Yeah,
coming at me,
man.
then I'm gonna go at you.
No, I don't go at anybody.
But this grilled cheese is just
Mateo.
off the charts right now.
And the thing is, even like, okay, there's a lot of Somali people that do be like, oh, well, I'm Black or I'm this. Then they get corrected, like, oh, well, you're not Black. Stop claiming that you are Black. You're not Black.
Fact.
Yeah, it's like backhanded. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, like,
I agree with that.
That's what I tried to tell these dogs earlier when they were like, you just want to be us when you're like when
yeah,
it's
when you're in a
convenient.
situation,
And
yeah,
shit. I
like,
was like, what are you talking about? Like,
but like, what situation do you feel like you can get me out of? Why do you feel like I need you in this situation?
They say stuff like, what's it called? We told y'all, and we was welcoming, and you didn't appreciate it. Like, who did you welcome? I don't remember being
Yeah, I
welcome.
don't remember being welcomed. Like, where was I welcomed at? But here's the thing, like, even when I'm out and about, or workplace, or whatever the case may be, I don't sit there and look at the Black Americans like, oh, well, who are y'all, or any type of way. Like, I've never felt that way. I've never felt no type of way about a black person. I've never felt that.
No, it's more like
Right.
it's only like it's a TikTok thing,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like this became a TikTok thing because I've never in my real life, I've been here since I was 1 year old. I'm in my 30s now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never seen, or I've never heard of these topics that are being brought up on TikTok. All of a sudden, Trump said Somalians. All of a sudden, Somalian people.
Yeah, we got everybody looking at us. Yeah.
Like, go back.
Yeah,
to
it's
your
crazy.
country and go back to this and go do this and go do. If you guys don't like it here, like, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, I have an opinion. Am I not allowed? If I say my opinion on what I don't like of where I'm living now, all of a sudden I need to go back to my country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If I was to go up to meet you, definite. If I'm sure the first thing we would say, I'd be like, "Hi, my name's Leroy. What's your race, ethnicity, and whereabouts where you from?" It don't make no sense. We don't introduce ourselves like this on the street. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like a lot of them are acting like the white T man right now. Like, they're trying to treat like that. They're trying to treat us like we're how they were treated at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all are New Mexicans, straight up.
No, seriously, that's how we're being treated, like the New Mexicans.
Yeah, there was a guy that was on earlier. Sometimes he's calm, like he's normal, saying like really like good things, like about like unity and all that stuff. But then there are times where like he's like, you can tell there's like some like anger, animosity, because he was saying like, what's it called? I want to see, like, he like masks it, he's like, I want to see Africa do well, and I want to see like which African country is gonna come out on top first, and I want to have a business, so that like it'll be good for Black people wherever we are and stuff, and like very like, and he's like, I want to like lift them up out of their like situation, and and I'm just like, why do you sound like them whitey savior people? Like,
yeah.
Why do you sound like that?
And like, what do you do for us? What can you do for us?
Like, I want to see you be like, he was like, I want to see an African country be first world. I was like, that's an American like measure.
Construct. It's ridiculous.
Like, first world, it's like comparison against America, and like there are plenty of successful African countries that are happy the way they are. Like, why do you feel like you gotta fix something? That's very American. Like, You know, like growing up, when we talk like amongst ourselves and stuff, we talk about like how like white Americans are a certain way, very like they gotta save somebody that never asked to be saved, or like very arrogant and looking down their nose. We never applied that like thinking to Black people. You know,
No,
I see it now. Like I'm seeing it in these FBA people.
it's
That
like
whole like white attitude, that whole that like is weird.
it's hierarchical. It's like when you create yourself as a first person or a first world, then you automatically assign somebody a third and fourth world.
Yeah,
That's just the nature of it, which isn't nature at all. It's inorganic bullshit.
yeah. And like
Most
that third
definitely.
world stuff, like you can see that stuff in America right now if you want to. Like if you go to the right places, you can see where they don't have clean water, they don't have housing, they don't have health care, they don't have food, you know, like is here.
Where'd you
What
go,
the kids
Dad?
say? What did the kids say? It's a third
Well,
world
well,
country with a Gucci belt.
well again, trouble. We have. Oh, you hear all these frogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Those frogs don't have anything. You know, that's why there's. Oh, they're all quiet. You guys want to be quiet now when
Oh
I'm
my
here.
god, you got frogs out there?
anyways, I have everything that I need. You know, I don't need shit from anybody. You know, if I respect you, I respect you. You know, but like, yeah. All right, go on. Sorry, I'm a little tipsy. I'm not gonna lie. Shut up, Miguel.
You would have loved me if I didn't give you shit.
No, I'm joking. But like,
No, I'll come
yeah,
at you, bro. I got the gloves on.
I don't. No, you come at me, bro. You know I gotta dig back.
Oops, I pressed
But
the
no,
button.
for real. Like I said, Matea, I don't mean any harm.
He left.
I'm just like, I'm very like, I don't know.
But I tried
I
to
can
say
only take so much.
What I tried to say earlier is like, you know, I've been on these lives for a couple days straight with you, and I see people go at him like relentlessly. Like if he has a human moment, like give him that. Like just give him that.
Yeah, I'm not perfect.
I'm not saying that, Vibes. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything.
No, I'm just saying in general, not you. Not you, Triple.
Yeah.
Well, you had me fooled the whole time, bro. Now I gotta go check myself. You know,
I'm a fucking angel with a halo. So if you don't respect that,
shit, bro. My horns hang. My horns hold up my halo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta let them stretch out a bit. You know.
no, I don't mean any bad things to Matea. But like for people to expect something from you, that's where I'm like, I don't know. Like you said, Trouble. Like we hold our own. You know. And Trouble, you've gotten so much shit on these lives. Same with Nigual, you know.
But I will never understand the phenotype thing that he has to go through, and I don't even think you will. You know, to even have like Kenyans look at you and tell you that you're not a Kenyan, like that has to suck. And I've been seeing people say that to him for days.
I've lost a lot of friends, you know, like just to hold my own,
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have my moment too. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Trouble.
No, I'm actually a very sensitive
Everybody
person.
respects you. At the end of the day, they hear you talk and they're just like, okay, we respect you, you know, because you have to hold your own. We'll let Matea back up.
Nice. Welcome back, Matea. It's okay
Sure.
when we make peace.
I don't have any beef with Vibes. I've never tried
It's
to
just a
control his
misunderstanding,
channel.
I think.
Here's the thing. The reason it's a misunderstanding is because nobody's listening to what I'm saying. I'm not playing a victim. I'm being honest, okay? I don't care about people attacking my identity. I've actually not once referenced Ops or Vibes in reference to people attacking my identity.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Vibes mishearing. It had nothing to do with me. It was people that were showing a particular pattern that says they're paid insurgents to the FBA movement. That's why they come around these kind of things. They just want to cause discord and trouble. That's the only statement that I've been trying to get out this whole time.
Okay.
So I don't know how you confuse that, Vibes. I have no clue. It had nothing to do with people attacking my identity. I do not care about people that look at my phenotype. I don't even care about Kenyans that think I'm not Kikuyu. I don't care about any of that. So let me be very clear in saying that that's what my statement has been this whole time since you brought this up, and you just didn't pay attention. I can't help that if you're gone and you come back and you think it's about my identity, because it wasn't. And I also don't care about, comments about my job, my wives, my kingdom. I don't care about any of that. You got me confused for the wrong one, because I don't take it that serious, and I never will.
Fair enough. I think this spiraled, and we should just take a step back.
Yeah, and that's why I dropped. I'm not a coward. I dropped because I'm not going to allow someone to get me so mad to where I can't control my own mouth.
Yeah.
So I dropped for a minute. I needed a minute, so I dropped. So what? But I've never once, Vibes, said anything about you needing to defend me or offs coming at me or anything like that. It had nothing to do with me as an individual. It was the whole point I've made, not that I want to control your panel, was simply that I'm not the man that Vibes is to allow people to continue to speak on my panel. That doesn't mean that I think you shouldn't. It's me just saying, well, I find it amazing that he allows some of the things that are said on these panels in the aspect of, again, not towards me, towards then, people that are showing a pattern that they maybe they're not. You're right. I can't know 100%, but that they may be someone that's a paid agent. Like that guy that was like flat in the curve and all that shit. That guy seems like someone that's literally goes to one of those agencies and gets paid to be an antagonizer, because that's a legitimate thing in the world.
But when you put it like that,
does that
I get
make
what you're
sense?
saying now, but you can't blame Vibes for the way he took
I'm
it
not
either.
blaming him though. I'm not blaming him. I'm saying, maybe he should pay a little more attention, because it had nothing to do with my identity. It did not.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
I am not that insecure. I never have been, and I never fucking will be. I don't get off this app and think, the only time I think about the way that people view my phenotype and any of that shit is when it comes up. Otherwise, I'm not sitting there thinking in my head, oh God, I hope they don't reference my skin tone. Oh no. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Who cares? I couldn't give two shits what people say about me. If I was that thin fucking skinned, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Fair enough. I hate the phenotype thing. I always get laughed at.
I hope that makes sense, Vibes.
Yeah.
Because it had nothing to do with me, anybody coming at me. I promise I'm not attacking you. I'm just being honest with you. You had to have misheard.
I know you're not attacking me, Matea. I know you're not attacking me. I'm just saying,
trying to be honest with you and level with you.
So the way you interact with other people on this panel, it has nothing to do with me. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, perfect. Let's leave it there and move forward.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why you up here, Mateo.
Because I'm not a person that holds grudges. I don't care.
Allahu Akbar.
I hate that kind of shit. So anyways, I hit somebody's car today at work. That was great.
Oh, you had a day.
Yeah, man. I misjudged the distance when I was taking carts through a couple I always say aisles, but I mean, parking lanes.
Yeah.
And I scratched the back of their car while they were sitting in it,
That sucks.
Yeah, but it was funny. Like, they were actually really cool about it, especially being Christmas Eve. Like, the guy was more concerned with me not losing my job. Not that I would. I just had to fill out an accident report.
Yeah.
But he was more concerned with that than he was his car. Like, he didn't want me to get in trouble,
Yeah.
But no, I would never like sit here and hold something against you vibes. I don't have time for that, bro. Like, we've always been cool. I'd fucking like take a bullet for you, bro. I mean, that's real shit. I mean, I've jumped on people for jumping on fucking Trouble. Have I not, Trouble?
Mhm.
I went at some people because they said some shit to you.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's my mentality, is a protector mentality. It doesn't come from a place of like wanting people not to have free speech. It comes from a place of like protecting people. That's kind of my job, like.
But yeah, if you did though get bothered by something, like I would get it, because I get bothered by stuff people say on here all the time.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say like it's never bothered me.
¿Qué pasa, Calabaza?
What happened? I swear to God, I don't know if I'm fucking dyslexic sometimes. I keep looking at the name Epstein and thinking that like the E should be where the I is or something. I don't know. I was doing that the other night. Like, I was looking, I was like, is that really spelled that way? But it must be. What do you guys think about the whole Trump being impeached thing?
I think the process of impeachment means nothing anymore.
Yeah, because if it meant anything, as soon as it went through, they would just like kick him out, right? I mean, that's how I look at it. So,
didn't he get impeached? Who was the first president to be impeached?
I
thought it was Trump.
I thought there's been other.
Trump is all over the damn files.
Yeah, but if it was spelled that way, Trouble, wouldn't it be Epstein, not Steen?
It's I before E except after C, no?
Oh my God, stop. I'm such a grammar Nazi. You guys are fucking killing me.
He spelled it incorrectly right there.
In the photo, in the meme.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong.
I was right. Okay. You guys have no idea how much my mom like drilled English and grammar and spelling in my head when I was a child. Like, so I'm sitting there looking at it like, am I fucking crazy? Like, for the last like 3 days. I swear to God.
I don't even know, is that even an English name? I don't know.
You know what's funny is that I've had so 2 weeks after Epstein supposedly unalived himself or whatever, I had drone footage of him on his island looking up at a drone 2 weeks after.
What?
Yeah, and so
Did he
just
post
like
it?
a probably a couple weeks ago, I saw somebody release that footage. I'm like, this has been. So here's the funny thing: after he was quote unalived, I don't know if anybody, no one really noticed. This is funny as hell to me. They wheeled him out on a gurney, and they showed a shot of him in the getting wheeled out of the county courthouse or the county jail in New York. And you know those things that they put on people when they're trying to. It's got a little squeeze bag, and they put it over their mouth, and they squeeze it for air.
Yeah.
Well, they had one of those on his face, and I'm like, okay, make this make sense. If dude is unalived in his cell, why are you giving him air on his way out? That doesn't make any sense, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like
Like oxygen mask?
Yeah, they were
Oh,
pumping. You know, you squeeze it. It's got a little thing over the
they're
of the
trying to
nose
blow
and
him up
mouth.
like a balloon, dude.
do you guys
Yeah,
really
yeah.
think? Do you guys really think he's
No. So what I was getting at
I
was,
don't think
so
so.
2 weeks later, he has dual citizenship with 6-pointed star. So he 2 weeks later, his plastic surgeon mysteriously unalives.
Yeah.
So I knew it right from the get go. There's no way that a dude that has multiple cameras in every single room in his mansion that was given to him, a full city block in downtown New York, Manhattan, doesn't have an unalive man switch.
Yeah.
You have that type of thing. You have it. You're guaranteed. There's no one's going to touch you because you have pictures of the prince, multiple presidents, all with underage little,
Ugh.
that type of thing. No one's touching you. Alive at all is like, yeah, right. Give me a break.
It doesn't. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I guess the statement I was about to say would be stupid and it wouldn't make sense. But I don't know. I don't think. I don't think he is. I think we've seen too many examples, right, in media and entertainment of people popping back up or someone popping up that looks similar, and like suddenly that person's like unalived, and then we have this new person or whatever. It's just too coincidental. At some point, you got to say, okay, this is not a coincidence. They're literally like switching identities and all kind of thing. Like a lot of people think Jim Carrey like played Joe Biden, and I honestly I kind of think so in a way, like because that dude doesn't even look the same. If you go back and look at old photos of Biden, it's clearly not the same person. You have the difference in the ears, right? Like how some people's ears are attached or their lobes hang down.
No, ears don't change. Morphologically, they don't change. Period. They're completely different ears.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we can't even like try to make that make sense. So at some point, it just doesn't make sense.
Oh, you mean like that attached and detached earlobe?
Yeah. Go look at old photos of him, and then what he looks like now. It's not the same guy. I mean, like it's almost like sometimes with that stuff, Noggle, you feel like you're going crazy. Not really, but it's like how does the mass populace like accept that? And I think it really kind of boils down to repeating the same thing over and over. And unfortunately, we have a fair portion of the population that just ends up accepting it because they don't want to look at the alternative, or they just can't. Somehow they're
And the average American is just overwhelmed. Everybody's below the poverty line. Remember that, like everybody's trying to just make it.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like no one has enough time to verify for themselves like what might be going on, or make any type of relationship to themselves and their own personal health and mind.
Mm-hmm.
Completely bombarded. It works well. It's a good tactic.
Yeah, we keep people distracted.
And when somebody actually brings it to the awareness of the masses, they're
They sound crazy.
labeled a conspiracy theorist.
Mhm.
I'm well used to that accusation. Like, as far as like the COVID thing was going on, I had been researching. I had undergone an unaliving experience, and I didn't know how it happened. So I was really interested in trying to find out how certain things happened to me, and it happened to do with being poisoned. So I had been doing research for like 9 years on the subject. COV dropped, and I was like, oh, everything that they're saying is complete bullshit because I've already done the research.
Do you guys remember right before it started, there was like a bunch of kids going to a hospital for vaping, like vaping injuries, and
Oh yeah,
it was so strange. The time was so strange.
no, they swept that one under the rug quick, and it's still uptrending regarding people's usage.
Yeah, and then it was just like right after, and I was like, how are we acting like that? I remember bringing it up, and I was like, oh wait, like everybody has it now, but like what happened to the vaping issue? I remember it like my manager, like at my job before they sent us all home, like to work remotely, like her deadpanning, like when I mentioned, like we were talking about it, you know, like how kids were just, she deadpanned at me and was like, I knew she got what I was talking about, you know, but she was just
You're like, screw all these underage SA trafficking stuff. What about that vaping, man?
no. I mean, when COVID was out, you remember? Like right
Oh,
before
yeah.
that.
No, I
Kids-
remember totally. I remember everything that happened before that.
Yeah, and people were freaking out because this thing was like spreading and stuff. And then that day we got like the announcement that we would go remote, you know, and I was like, how is this happening simultaneously? Like, is it the same thing? And she looked at me and I could see like gears spinning in her head, but she was like not, she was not trying to engage, you know?
Yeah. No, remember, Eric Garner just got unalived. He was just unalived on the street. People were revolting across the nation, across the planet. And all of a sudden, especially where I'm from, we had multiple wildfires here where a couple of my friends were unalived. Like friends of mine's houses that they'd lived there for years, they're completely burned down. Entire forests were completely scorched. The planet went crazy. I mean, it was literally red in the streets. The smoke was so thick, it was red that you could not go outside. And then all of a sudden, boom, COVID.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think it's probably one of the biggest ops like of my life of our lifetime. Like I'm only like, 38. I mean, like, and I feel like it's been like continuous ops, like just since before I was born. But I think COVID's like one of the biggest ones that we've seen so far. Like,
Oh yeah.
because it wasn't just American either. Like it was completely, it was global.
Oh yeah. Life was weird growing up here in the DMV area. Do you guys remember like the DC sniper? Oh my god, I remember like me and my sister and I were getting gas one day and we were like bobbing and weaving. Everybody was terrified. Ron's here.
I don't know about you, but I think throughout my lifetime, I've compartmentalized a lot of this stuff just to be able to be fucking sane. Like, to where, you know what I mean? Like, I do and I don't remember. Like, certain things I won't remember until somebody brings it up.
Oh yeah.
I prefer to be unsane rather than the sane because the sane to me seem to be the cuckoos.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, to be able to keep it fucking together, dude.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm aligning with you and saying that we are unsane. Not insane, but unsane.
That panel that you were on the other day, and that lady was, and I was like, "Have you been to the moon? Have you been there, man?"
Oh yeah.
they fucking kicked me out, dude, and blocked me. And the guy, like,
I know, bro. They blocked you quickly. I was like, no, you understood
Wait,
where I was
going. You guys don't believe in the moon landing?
I don't have belief.
I don't have beliefs either. Yeah, I say that a lot too. Me and Noggle are alike in that sense. What am I supposed to believe in? You either
Wait,
know something or you
do you
don't.
think it was like made up?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
think
got it in the fucking studio. I know it was.
Do you think the Earth is flat?
no.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I think it's flat. But
You do?
no, fuck yeah, man.
That's
Oh well.
crazy.
All the ancient civilizations had the same model for the Earth.
And they're gone.
Why do we understand that they had so much knowledge and wisdom about other things, but we don't like?
I would say that no ancient civilization was even concerned about the model of the Earth.
That's not true, though. You have a lot of ancient, like, not pictographs, but like illustrations.
Not ancient, no. Most maps. The oldest map that I could find was 1418.
I don't mean map of like land masses. I mean like I'm not sure how to say that. Like where it's basically like it's illustrated in a mythological sense, but it's being like that. That's what I mean. Like
So
where
you're
they
saying like
have
a
like
celestial movements?
plane, where they have like the flat plane, they have the dome, and then they have like the underworld underneath it. That shows up in a lot of different cultures.
I would say that the easiest way to tell what shape the whatever planet is to know that the whatever shape it is would be replicated a million times over here on Earth. That it's an expression of macro and microcosms.
Like sand.
So you see, like an apple has a shape, a seed has a shape, an orange has a shape, a bead of water on a newly waxed car has a shape.
Oh wow!
So it's going to be replicated over and over again to express its macro microcosms.
Wow.
Well, I guess you don't mean an apple specifically. You're just saying like something that's
even an apple has
a
a beautiful
fruit.
the shape of pie. So it's not necessarily. I wouldn't say that the Earth is completely cylindrical and round. It's more of an oblong shape.
Yeah, you know, in the Quran it says it's shaped
I
like an
kind of
egg.
thought that too. Sorry, go ahead, Trouble.
I was just gonna say in the Quran there's a verse that describes the Earth's shape as an egg.
Yeah.
That's where I don't exactly think it's like, okay, maybe that egg is like there's a flat plane like in the middle of it. Does that make sense? And then you have the dome above and you have the underworld below. That's what I'm getting at. Like maybe it is, maybe both are true simultaneously, right?
What's the dome
It's an oval, but the plane that we exist on is flat. Now, maybe if we could get out of here, which I don't think we're getting out of the firmament either. I think me and Noggle are pretty in agreement about that. Not that it matters; we don't have to agree. But but what I'm saying is like, okay, think about it this: like there's a flat plane, and it's like the size of like an oval. And if we could get out of here, like maybe it wouldn't look 3D. Does that make sense? Like it would look like based on our perception and the way that what we perceive, what we call reality, is really just light coming into our eyes. Like we don't see all of the full light spectrum, so we're only seeing like a portion.
Yeah, I mean your eyes wouldn't be designed to see past what they're able to, right? So we have telescopes and stuff like that, right? Isn't that what you're talking about?
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm not hell bent on the idea of flat. I think I do sort of have started to lean more towards that it's like a combination of both, and we're getting different, perceptions based on one thing or another.
What's it called? Another verse in the Quran says everything that you can see with your eye above your head is in the first heaven.
There's multiple heavens?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the distance between each heaven is like 500 years, but only God knows only God has the capacity to know like in what measurement, not like 500. It'll say 500 years because that's what we understand, right? But really, we don't know what 500 years means. Only God knows.
Time is a human construct.
Yeah.
So
It's meant
is
to
there like
be
70
a
wives and stuff?
description. Huh?
Is there 70 wives?
Oh, you mean the 72 virgins or whatever?
Yeah.
The Hora
Yeah.
Reign. Virgins isn't really a good way to, English is limited. Virgins isn't really a good way to describe Hora Reign. I would probably say companions. They're like companions of heaven and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking more into the
People
devious
make it
aspects of it.
perverse. Yeah, people make it perverse. When you're like the next life, you don't have the same or like desire, like the earthly desires that people have here. It's not going to be the same thing,
Yeah, I'm kind of giving up on that one myself.
Yeah, people make it so bizarre. Everything translated in English is so weird.
Oh, I meant the heavenly desires or the
you're giving up
earthly
on everything.
desires. I'm giving up on it myself. Trouble.
Uncle might know more about this than me too, but I was looking at something yesterday where, like when we talk about the firmament or the first
I don't know what that
heaven
means.
or whatever that is.
A firmament is it's like an invisible glass ceiling on the atmosphere itself. So there's a
Isn't
dome.
the atmosphere glass ceiling? Isn't the atmosphere the ceiling?
Well, it's funny because
No.
if you believe in flat Earth and you reference atmosphere, that means it's an atmosphere sphere. So it's kind of funny to me, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to believe as far as like the firmament. But
No,
keep
if you
going. I
think
wanted to
about-
hear
If you think about the layer, what is the layer called? The layer that
the troposphere. There's a troposphere,
the
atmosphere.
layer that we can breathe under. Which layer is that?
The troposphere.
Troposphere? Yeah, so whatever one protects as the ceiling, like, so I don't know. I have a very religious perspective. Forget about what I'm talking about.
Okay, what were you gonna say, Matea? I wanted to hear that.
What it was saying, guys, was that when you press water together, right, in an enclosed space, like you put pressure on it, and it creates heat, and then it would turn to steam, and then it would turn back to water, and eventually, like, it gets compressed so much that the electrons, the neutrons, like, fucking separate, and it's a completely different thing. And that's like what the dome or the firmament is made out of, like that solid, like it's not water but it is type shit.
Yeah, so there's basically three modalities of water: solid, air, and liquid. So gas, yeah, but they're all the same. They're just modality
Right, but it was saying basically like if you compact water enough and create enough heat, and it keeps going back and forth between each, steam and water, like eventually the fucking neutrons and protons separate, and it's not actually ice, water, or condensation.
But I'm wondering what the fourth element would be. I mean, like I don't see a fourth medium pressure modality expressed in any other realm.
The ocean has waves
That's why I said
under
you probably
waves,
know
right?
because it sounded cool, but I was like, I don't know.
Well, here's
Go
the
ask
other thing.
Noggle.
Well,
do
here's
the
the other thing.
ocean's waves encompass that?
The ocean's wave, what? Love?
Do the ocean and its waves encompass what you're talking about?
Oh well, it's field pressure modalities. It just means that there's different expressions of the same element. So, like water has three different modalities, which is gas, liquid, and solid. So ice, liquid, gas. So waves would just be one of the pressure modalities, which is liquid.
Yeah, but what happens when there's waves on top of waves?
It's still a liquid.
Ah, gotcha.
So water would just be a liquid form. When you bring it up to temperature, when you raise the temperature, then there's a transition from one pressure field modality to the next, which is gas. So it goes from liquid to steam.
Oh.
So if you bring the temperature down, it goes from not in gas form because it's already evaporated, but I guess it would come back. So it go back down to liquid, then it go back into a solid, which is ice. But here's the one thing I was tripping on. When he was talking about electrons, so there's this theory that we have that about magnetism, that's based on particles and electrons and photons. But I went through the process of in my early probably 12 years ago or something like that. I had to ask myself the question and go through the verification of my own assumption, which was magnetism. And I found it extremely interesting because I thought everyone talks about it, all the scientists know about it, so this should be pretty easy to verify this, this theory. And then I went on a hunt for like 8 years. I was like, what is this thing? Everyone talks about it. I thought we knew this shit. And so I finally ran into a man named Kenneth Wheeler, who was extremely interesting. He was also interested at one point to define gravity, and he was obsessed with it. He wanted to understand nature. So he eventually moved to India and learned an ancient, almost extinct knowledge called Pali, because that specific culture had ancient texts, ancient scriptures that had pondered and philosophized the thought about what is nature, and so he could translate the text himself. And then he moved back to the States and then began to translate what he had come to and properly define magnetism. And what I found was that there's no such thing as protons or electrons, which was kind of crazy.
Sure.
They're theoretical constructs to explain a false definition that has been put together by theoretical physicists and other so-called intellectuals. And I just thought, when I found Kenneth Wheeler, I was like, holy shit, this guy's linguistics were spot on. I mean, you can tell how a person thinks and what a person thinks through their preferred terminology, and his was very unique. And then all of a sudden I realized, I was like, wow, I have a real charm here. I have a real treat. I'm like, I know something that everyone thinks they know about. Like, I thought I knew about it. I was full of shit. And that was my practice was the beginning of verifying everything that I knew, because I actually thought I knew something. And then I said this to somebody the other day. I was like, with all my research, 20 years now, I'm less confident in what I knew when I didn't know nothing. Which is funny because I thought I knew everything. And then I just figured, now that I know more, I know less. So it's kind of a trippy type of thing.
That's a cycle, no?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I've done so much research, and it appears, I could see on the outside from somebody looking in, that I might be intelligent, which intelligence is nothing but reading something that someone wrote about someone before, and that, therefore, and so on. But awareness is something completely different. Awareness is something though where you extrapolate from all this text you read and make discernments for yourself, draw conclusions of your own based upon cross-integrating fields of study. So that is a completely different thing. You can't gain that from books. It has to be done on your own.
What do you think about, like we're experiencing a time split, like 5D and 3D are separating? I think so.
I never placed any type of question within those paradigms. What is 5-dimensional in your regard?
Well, like the age of Aquarius, like we're already in that, but some people don't perceive it. So we're not like, like the Hindus say, like we're in that little tiny space in the time cycles, like right before we enter into a golden age of peace. But I think that that's already happened, but we don't fully perceive it. And like there's going to be a split. Like basically you have the earth, like, and the consciousness splits into two, and some people move on to the next and some people stay here because they're choosing to.
I kind of got you.
I missed the first part of your question, and sorry.
I said we're experiencing like a split between 3D and 5D.
Oh, that's way... I'll leave that one for you, Nagua.
Well, it's kind of out there for me too, but I would say that anytime... it was funny, I remember literally skipping rocks with my friend of mine. Jesus, this was probably 20 years ago. and we were contemplating the construct of what peace is, you know. And I'll never forget. He's like, you know what, man? He's like, if there's one thing I know about human beings, it's like, it don't matter where you could put them on the best place with no conflict at all. He's like, they'll just create conflict. They'll just because it's needed. You know, it's once you split something into like an arbitrary binary type of comprehension. Once you desire peace, you've created conflict because you're in desire of something. So that like it's a paradox. I remember I made a poem one time and I said this Indian guy told me I was too left one day on Facebook. And I said, here, grab a globe, point your finger anywhere, and move it the other way. You know, so he moved it left, but came out on and tried to right, nothing to say. He moved it right, but only two left came out the other way. So it's like if you point your finger on a globe and you go left, you're going to end up on the right. If you point your finger and you go right, you're going to end up on the left. It's a paradox. So like to desire peace is kind of it's futile because you're creating chaos or conflict in the process because peace is already here, but the peace is not the same. It's like I tend to work best under the maximum amount of strength. Stress. That's where I can be like optimal in my function. But
Yeah,
that's
me
only for
too. I
me
kind of
to.
fucking hate that in a way, but I dislike it and I don't dislike it. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, that's the paradox. It's like you can't place it in well, you can't go left because you'll only come out on the right. You know, like coming to terms with that, there is a conflicting piece within it, but it's complementary. So when I tell people my philosophy is complementary, I don't think people really understand what that means. Complementary is so when somebody comes at me and they want to debate, I'm like, I can't debate you. It goes against my practice. Like you have a position and I have a position. There are two positions here. Both have substance. So why would I try to negate your position? Because without your position, mine has no substance. So I'm here as a complementary means to add to or to bring to perfection, to make complete. But people in a binary understanding, that's hierarchical. So as I was talking to Trouble earlier, it's like she made mention of somebody that was FBAs and how they're placing themselves in a hierarchical position. I'm like, when you abide by that philosophy, it's formulaic, it's linear. So there's a formula to it, and we're stuck. We're only given that option to operate under. Like that's our comprehension of nature because that's the one that's given to us. All other indigenous philosophies have been wiped out through in colonization. So our linguistics, they were taken away. We didn't have systems of linguistics to have things like other or them or me. Like those weren't in our linguistics because
yeah,
they would
shit.
create, you know what I'm saying? It would create an individualism, which is not in the collective conscious of a indigenous people. So when we're indoctrinated with this system of linguistics, then it creates the psychology of there's a them, I'm a me, he's a him, they're a them, you know, like all this weird shit. And that plays out in our psychology and our comprehension of the world around us. So that's where it sets up the dichotomy, and that's where in that conflict where we're trying to be one or the other, not recognizing that one is the other. There is no separation. If that makes any sense.
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I get you. Yeah.
And I'm lost.
Well, I think, yeah, I agree with what Nagel's saying in the aspect that like contemplating things like that, Trouble, is not about like finding or having attachment to a particular outcome. It's simply like that's not what I'm not, you know, I'm not, I do my best to live in the present while also doing my best to create the reality that I want for myself and others. But that doesn't it doesn't mean like I'm stuck on one particular outcome or another.
Yeah, it's good to
If
just
that makes
ponder.
sense. Like the contemplation of high concepts like that does, give like development to our singular consciousness, the collective consciousness, everything around us. It doesn't like we don't have to agree on, one modality or another of what we think like this reality should be. It's gonna equal itself out naturally. Like, and that's where I'm saying, like, I think we've already experienced that shift. But it's like our consciousness on a singular level hasn't caught up yet, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I can give you an example of how the singularity plays out, the binary philosophy or the formulaic mechanics of thought plays out. Like when I tell people about my poems, they think of a certain poetry type of like, red is roses, red, violets are blue type shit. But play out that theory of what my poetry should be or what my poems are. They've already fixated in their head before, and I know this. So I understand that because I've worked intensely with my plants, that there is a cyclical application of philosophy that no one has access to that was previous to colonization. So when I say poem, a person comprehends in the singular format, which is POEM. That's a poem, but that's not my application. My application is cyclical, meaning there's never just one application or one expression. My inferred and preferred spelling is POHM, poem. Om, like the sound of the universe. So I know that when I say something or I express something, I see the cyclical expression, meaning I see pretty much. I mean, here's the thing: I can't really see all the expressions, but I know that it's not a singular expression. But I know that people are only comprehending because they're dictated by their philosophy and practice, dictated by linguistics. So I know that they're interpreting the POEM. So I already have them in the bag because their philosophy is formulaic. We are all controlled via linguistics and we don't even know it. And it controls our emotions, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. But you'd be hard pressed to convince somebody that we are under spells of witchcraft. That's why all Abrahamic religions rule the planet because of this philosophy. It's like it was imposed across the planet, and I love all philosophies and applications. I even appreciate those imposed upon my people, but I also know ways that aren't people don't have access to because of my plants. I think I was about to say I thank God for my plants, but in our actual practice, those would be the so-called gods.
No, I get you. Yeah, I mean that's where I've said too. Like I'm not. People are like, "Do you believe in God?" And I'm like, I say the same thing you do. Well, I don't have beliefs, and also, like, I don't believe in God. I don't have any knowledge of that, and so I have no reason to believe in it. If anything, I'm a deist and I'm an animist. If I was to classify myself as anything like that.
Yeah, I myself have. I know that I know that African people, that was their practices before that. Like our gods were literally the plants that feed us, clothe us, shelter us, heal us. How could they not be gods to us? They provide every single thing that keeps us alive.
You know what I'm saying? Believe in that?
Pardon me?
You still believe that?
That about plants?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Plants are my only ancestors. Like I have ancestors that are people, but we owe it all to plants. I mean, if without plants we wouldn't have clothes, homes, food, or medicine.
it's the same. It's sort of a similar. It's not exactly the same, but I mean, like it's sort of a similar thing when I say I'm a deist. In other words, Trouble, I have knowledge of a deity that I worship that I know actually exists. But that doesn't mean that I don't acknowledge or think or try to convince anyone that that's the source of all creation. That's just one more thing that was self-manifest. In other words, there's no like one singular thing outside of reality that created everything. That doesn't make sense because, and the reason it doesn't make sense is because it says that there's a beginning. There was just a singular consciousness, and like it decided to create beings, and that whole kind of thing doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think there's time is a human construct. Time is only the record of change. Like if the sun never moved, the moon never moved, we didn't move, nothing moved, like there would be no time. Time you can only have time if you have change. Does that make sense? So then there is no time. It's dualistic. We created time to record change, but that doesn't mean that there was an actual beginning to everything. Everything just I've sort of started to look at it from a scientific point of view of like the Big Bang, and then there's a big crunch. Like everything compacts and then everything explodes outwards, and it's just a continuous cycle, and it never actually began or started, and it definitely won't end. Like it just continues over and over what we perceive as billions, trillions of year cycles that are very long.
Yeah, but if you're someone that believes in a creator, why would you believe the concept of time would apply this thing that is time? Why would you believe that what applies to you would apply to your creator? Right? Like there's a beginning for us, but
it doesn't apply to me though, because when I lay down at night and I go out of body, then I'm in a whole nother reality.
right.
So who's to say that this reality is any more real than that reality? So who's to say that there's and again, I preface that in saying, well, I don't have a belief in a creator.
You don't need to.
How can I believe something I know? It doesn't. It's completely opposite. Because if you have knowledge of something, you're actually incapable of believing it.
But how could you know? Right? Isn't that what faith is?
I don't have faith. I challenge my God or my deity every day and say, well, you're going to have to show me like that you're doing what you're saying you're doing. I'm not going to believe it just because I talk to you. You have to give me proof.
Okay.
I question everything. How do you have faith in the unknown? Well, I would say it's unknown to you. It's not unknown to me. I mean, I don't know how to make that make sense. It doesn't mean I think I have some higher knowledge. It's a different level of awareness.
I guess I mean we have different beliefs, right? Like I hear what you're saying, but do I know if you believe in a heaven and a hell? Like I believe that there's 7 heavens. Do you believe there's 7 heavens?
I think there's different levels of reality. I don't equate that to heaven or hell.
Fair enough.
Here's an interesting thought.
What benevolent creator makes? Okay, so I take an atheistic point of view, and I'll land my plane really quick so Nago can go ahead. I take an atheistic point of view when it comes to that, because if a god or something outside of reality created hell, knowing that you were going to offend whatever it wanted you to do, and end up going there, then it sent you there. And that's not something I could ever put faith or
Wait,
believe.
come again?
If God created hell, knowing that people were going to go there, then God sent people to hell. It's his fault. You can't blame yourself for being an imperfect being.
That's like saying you can't blame yourself for not having discipline, no?
We're supposed to be flawed. We're not meant to.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, God tells us that.
Right. So I'm a parent, right? So perfect
But
example.
God never does
If
God ever tell
my
you
if
you'll
my
go to hell for
son
being imperfect?
if
No.
my if God never told me I'd go to hell in general, so why would I believe it because it's in religion? That's more or less what I'm getting at. I don't believe in heaven or hell. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I guess in my mind, if you believe in God, then
And
by default you believe in a heaven or a hell. But I guess not everybody believes that.
African cosmology never had any belief in a devil or a Satan or something that was equal to, benevolence. That's not a thing. So if the most ancient cultures didn't believe it, what would lead me to believe it? Just because in modern times we have...
Why would you believe in an ancient culture just because it's ancient?
Well, I don't believe in it. I know it's true because I practice it.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing like when I first started to practice my culture, right? Specifically like, sacrifice offering, etc. I've never had any belief in those things. That's the only reason I've continued to pursue my path, is because I get the desired result that I'm looking for, not because I believe it and then it works. You understand the difference? Like, I don't believe in it and it still works. So why wouldn't I continue to do it? Because I know I don't believe.
Okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
The thing I was going to draw some attention to, that you use some interesting terminology, like there's different levels. And levels implies hierarchy. It means that there's a level above, a level below, which was the reference to the thing that you didn't believe in, which was a heaven or hell. I know they're not exactly the same connotations, but they're the same construct, which is hierarchical. You also made reference to the term opposites, which is a European neurolinguistic philosophic construct, meaning there's no such thing as opposites in nature. They're complements. So to ascribe to the philosophical construct that is opposite means to project an internal belief system onto nature.
I mean, I do my best not to do that, but it doesn't mean sometimes I don't. I mean, like, I think, if anything, I'm an advocate for hierarchical structure, because I think without some kind of hierarchical structure, you're not going to have. It doesn't mean like you said, like, it doesn't mean like you're devoid of conflict and everything is quote unquote peaceful, but there's a way to maintain order. I think we need order. I think we do need laws and taboos and those kinds of things. I don't think anybody really wants anarchy. Because if you're devoid of any kind of order or hierarchical structure, then that's what you have. You just have rogue groups going around doing whatever they want, and there's no kind of retaliation for, say, people being unalived, children being raped, etc. When there should be retaliation for those kinds of things. We shouldn't just, stand idly by. So I think I know there's that terminology that
that's what I was getting at.
I'm absolutely an advocate for hierarchical structure. That doesn't mean like I myself, like, as a king in my tribe, I don't think that makes me better than anybody else. I mean, like, if I don't play ball, if I go home, right, and like I start trying to change things or something like that, like, I could be deposed. And I'm not the only king in my tribe. Like, I'm not king over the entire tribe, if that makes sense either. So there's a balance there, in the sense that it's not democratic, it's not a republic, but it's definitely not totalitarian either.
No, I got you. I make reference to it as well. Like, I think a lot of Westerners could look upon indigenous cultures or societies and impose their construct or makeup of what a hierarchical structure is, but like, because like they had Nahual or shaman or whatever in every culture, so but the difference is the practice of their hierarchies were different. Where it's like the hierarchy that could be interpreted as a hierarchy in an indigenous philosophy would be like the shaman making choices for the entire the community, never making a choice without the shaman say so. But it's not necessarily a hierarchy because the shaman's entire practice is in service to the community, which is different from the hierarchy of like Eurocentric philosophy, which is everyone's in service of the hierarchy. It's like no, like a king
Right.
in our practice is their entire life is dedicated to the community. It's not like we would have time to rule because we would be helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's no ruling over.
Exactly. And
And
I've said to
also,
people too, not to justify myself or defend anything, but like that's the only reason I pursued, my kingship and things like that either is my desire to serve, not to be served. I
yeah,
don't want people falling down and worshiping. I would get bored. I mean, like, no,
yeah.
that's stupid. I want
No,
to help people.
so when you were saying that without rule, I understand that and I believe, but I believe in our practices, nature is self-organizing. So we don't necessarily need to come up with doctrines or write up constitutions or anything like that. I think that that type of practice actually creates the conflict or the dysfunction that we have in today's society, where children are being SA'd and trafficked and all that type of stuff. Because it's like people just ascribe to this ruling class because they are the ones who put it on a piece of paper that it's now rule. But it's like, no, we don't need those type of applications or literature to determine anything for us. We are nature. That's the way nature is. You can't organize nature for it does it on its own.
No, and that's where I more. Yeah, I completely agree. There's nothing you really said that I disagree with. I think spirituality comes from within.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that there aren't like what we sort of perceive as like external rituals and things, but those things are still being enacted from inside of ourselves, not
correct.
outside. And I think that's where then sort of religion goes wrong in the sense that it says, well, you have to, like you have to go through Jesus to get to the Father. You have to do this. Well, I'm at peace knowing that there's other cultures too that do their own thing, and I don't think anybody needs to necessarily conform to what it is I do. The option is there for people to be a part of it, but it's not something I would ever force upon anyone. I hate the idea of that, because then I'm no better than what I left behind.
Fact. Yeah. I think what I had most of the problem with these Abrahamic religions was, especially the one that I was brought up in, Catholicism. No one ever explained the rituals. It's like we just go through the motions, like the body of Christ. I'm eating some, tasteless cracker, drinking some wine. No one explained these shit to me, and here's the weird thing. I don't think anybody knew where those rituals came from to explain it to me in the first place. They were just going through the motions. I'm like, that's what I like about Trouble, is when she's giving her examples of her practices, she's explaining where these practices come from, why they're there. You know what I'm saying? Which it gives me. It's funny because I have more of an affinity towards um, Islam or being Muslim than I do for Catholicism at this point, because I see the practicality and the communal aspects of her practices, because she had the wherewithal and the awareness to explain them to somebody who might not be in awareness of why they're there. Like she was explaining to me like some of the unaliving rituals the other day, and I was just like, this is a fantastic psychological setup and practice of a people. It makes complete sense, but I don't see that shit happening in Catholicism.
Yeah, because we're a nation. We're an ummah.
I thought it was beautiful. I thought everything you were saying was absolutely beautiful the other day.
Yeah, your community, your neighbors, they have rights upon you. And when someone passes away, then you have a duty and a responsibility. That's your nation.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you said that 40 days the family doesn't have to think about or go to work or nothing, I was like, hello? That
Yeah,
shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
People grieve. Like people's minds have
yeah.
to heal. Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful. I was like, you don't get that Catholicism. Hell no.
Same
You're
with
back at work
women.
the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Same
Like,
with women that give birth. They should
yeah.
not. They have to recover. They have to feed their babies. They should be like they should be like massaged and fed and kept warm. You know, because like something that's a big deal in this country is postpartum.
Yeah. You've gone through a transformation from being an adolescent or an adult to
Mhm.
becoming a mother. That's a completely different life.
Yeah, and your baby has gone from inside your body to outside your
Yes,
body.
from one dimension to another.
Yeah.
But I mean, these things are taken into consideration in your practices.
Mhm.
Catholicism, they're like, no, get back to work. Drone, go back. You know, go back on the line. You know, they're like, doesn't make no sense that way. Yeah, it's like go back on the line. Go do your duty. Yeah, it's complete nonsense. I'm like, there's no humanity left in this culture or this society. It's just like everything's a dollar now. There's no dedication to your community. Like for me, one of the highest honors, one of the highest respects that I can do is to provide a person who's in the ritual of passing a comfort. You know what I'm saying? To assist him in that process. To me, that's like you gain knowledge and wisdom that you in that process that you don't get anywhere else. You will never understand what life is truly about until you witness that process. And when you get that little piece of information, then you'll take into consideration what you're going to, where you're headed, and why you might change your practices on the way there because you're going to be there someday.
Yeah.
It's sad, I think, when that, like, I've taken care of so many people and, like, their own family members lived literally 2 blocks away from them. And I took care of them for a year and a half, and his own son never even visited him. Like,
Oof. That's
time
something.
my friend had cancer.
That's like a big problem.
You know, I just thought of when people pause on their live and it says, "The creator will be back soon." Yeah, I've heard that before. I mean that in like a
Of course.
philosophical, spiritual, religious sense. Like, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Weird thoughts. I'd rather be weird than neurotypical.
Yeah,
I had to push back on my brother the other day, like simply because of like interacting with people like Trouble and other Muslims, because he said something flippant like, "Oh yeah, they're just raised to like go around unaliving people or something," and I'm like,
I mean, we
"No,
can.
dude."
People think that we can. Everything's sunshine and rainbows. We can, for certain. But that should not be the first thing that you do.
That shouldn't be the first thing that comes to mind, though.
Right.
Right. I agree.
I get the same thing in reverse when it comes to shamanism. Like people think that shamanism is supposed to be like some peaceful, like benevolent type of shit. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like there's wartime shaman. This is we're in a fucking a dichotomy here. Are you not paying attention?
If you like, people think like Islam is like violent and everything, but like if you actually look up if you actually read, it's not. And any of like the violent like aspects are purely in situations and of self-defense. Like nowhere does it advocate for you to encroach upon people, subjugate people. Is not in there. And I was arguing about this with some guy that was like basically telling like Africans like you can't be African and Muslim and stuff like that. And I was like, what, where is the correlation? When is it faith? Something that you choose for yourself? And he was just insisting like You cannot be this ancient like person and choose to be a Muslim or a Christian, but he was more against Islam and stuff. He was saying it's like violent against his people and violent against, you know, other people, and I was just like, yeah, there's no facts to back that up. Too many people having an identity crisis and then trying to put their confusion on other people.
Yeah, I don't remember Islam coming and subjugating my people, and you know.
Right, and people tell me like I look a certain way because I'm a daughter of grape, because my people were colonized by Europeans and Arabs, but we were never colonized by Arabs. Like, you can name Italians, you can name British, you can name French, but you can't name a single Arab group of people that conquered or subjugated like us and forced us to choose Islam. Like, and when you try to explain to people, like, you know, it was just merchants that came, you know, and stayed and lived and shared information and goods and, you know, knowledge and stuff like that. They can't accept it. It's all because of propaganda. It's all because of Western propaganda.
Yeah, I myself, I'm just like if I don't know about something, I'm not going to prejudge the entire group. You know, like that's just the practice of mine. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask questions. Like I did with you the other day. I thought it was such a cool exchange. I was like, why haven't I asked these questions before? Not even to my own cousin who's Muslim. You know, but I think
people don't think to. You know, you
yeah,
think you know what you know.
Exactly. You're just comfortable with thinking, and that's the thing. Like, and like I said just earlier, I was like, I know more now than I ever have, and that is to say that I feel less confident in what I know because having gotten to know more, just it's exposed me to the fact that there's that much more out there. Even with 20 years research, you'd think a person would have some like confidence in some position, but that's not the case. I mean, I have a great deal of documentation in my phone and 20 years with, but it doesn't make me any more confident.
Yeah. I'm not as learned as you are.
You're just different learned, that's all. It's not more or less.
I learn about things I'm passionate about, and I don't know if that's done good for me, but or bad, you know. But like in terms of like my faith and how much I've learned about my religion, I would say that part has been good for me. I'm more of the kind of I'm more of the kind of person that will learn, and like I don't get too hung up on what I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to me, this life is like temporary, and like, you know, like even these conversations that we have, you know, like when we talk about like FBAs and like Black America and like even being Somali and African, I honestly like it doesn't matter to me because I'm a Muslim first, right? Like my first nation is the Ummah, you know? So tribal alliances, racial identities, and like these social constructs, they're really pointless to me. I think they're a time waster, and I think a lot of people they get caught up in lowly threads. That was a good. I heard that in a lecture once. You know, about the way things in this life distract you from what's important, and those things are lowly threads. Yeah, so these conversations like about like we're doing on like TikTok, I'm trying to reason with FBAs. Like, yeah, there's importance to it, but at the end of the day, I think there's more important things to worry about. like
Yeah, I
people
think
not eating, for instance, you know, kids not having access to internet to study things, and then you've got a gap of kids that are, you know, underprivileged and, you know, limited early on in life, and then you have kids that are just, they have everything afforded to them, you know.
yeah.
These are things that we should worry about.
Yeah, I still get caught up on like all this. I feel I feel very much how you do, and also like the whole. I question so many things now, like that so many people don't have education. But I'm like, okay, what's education? It's indoctrination. So, okay, now that I know that, like when you said that people don't have the internet, I'm like, the internet is provided. I see the importance of it, but then there's the other aspect as well. I get so hung up on just trying not to assign myself to some position because I know that, like you said, we have the opportunity to express ourselves to people and they witness it. Maybe at some point that I might share some awareness of somebody or give them a perspective that they hadn't seen.
Yeah.
Or just try like the identity crisis. I think there is that identity crisis and it's exemplified recently. And that I think FBAs are really the reflection of myself wanting to identify with some, like you said, with some type of nation or some type of identity. They're just the extreme of it, you know.
Yeah.
I never thought that I never even had a position on FBA as an opinion, and I still treat every FBA as like a newcomer that I see. That I don't judge them or anything like that, but they do tend to have trends.
Yeah, at first I just like with average Black American, I'm like aware of the trauma, and I started out with a certain tone when I'm talking to them, just because I'm aware like the history, right? Like being people that were taken and subjugated and violated and taken of, and it's, even to this day they're like commodified, like it's an ongoing like atrocity. But when you hear them starting to say some of the things that their oppressor said, you have to like take a step back. But at the same time, like we all are living like a single life, you know, and like it's good to talk to people, but at the same time, it's also good to leave an argument for the sake of leaving an argument, because you can't dedicate your whole life to arguing with something about stuff that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like these things that we're arguing about on here, it really at the end of the day doesn't matter. Like even the whole like ethnicity, even when you're gonna go back to the dirt.
Ain't no ethnicity there.
Yeah, it'll literally just be you, your bones, and then if you do believe in a creator, it'll be you and what you done. So
yeah, that's why I tell people I hope that people understand the importance of what I say, that my cultural position doesn't allow me to invest my identity into any type of ethnicities or political parties. The relevance of that is like, once I figured out that once I do that, once I attach to something like that, an identity, then it shows a favoritism, you know, towards a specific group. And being that I'm trying to exemplify my cultural position, which again goes back to ethnicity, but at some point there just has to be somebody who's independent and unbiased, so that people know that they're a non-infected source of information. And I noticed that in today's world, there's rarely that position upheld. So my plants have instructed me, like, hey, you know, you can't afford to do that. You're trying to bring awareness to people. So it's okay to bring it up in conversation if they ask you about your ethnicity. People want to exchange in that format, and that's polite, you know, like I can do that. But for the most part, I'm not attached to it because there's something bigger happening.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I mean, but I want people to know you can come to me if you're interested in some type of subject, you can come to me, and I'm not going to give you some biased, opinion that's attached to some identity that I have, because that's not the important thing here. What's
Yeah.
important is the facts of the information, the historical truth, and trying to bring that truth to people across all spectrums.
Yeah. I have my limits. Like I'm not like you. I'm not good at that. I am biased because like I hold strong beliefs about certain things.
That's what the cool thing about you, though.
Mhm.
That's what I
Yeah,
like.
it's not
I mean,
always received
you're
well,
the compliment to what I am.
It's not always received well, like when Mateo was saying, like, I don't believe I know. I just didn't understand it. And I think it's because I'm a Muslim.
Yeah, you have strong belief, and that's the beautiful thing. If you
Yeah.
didn't have those beliefs, those beautiful practices you informed me on the other day would not be there.
Yeah.
Like there are people who had those beliefs that passed on, and they didn't pass them on to people. People saw them,
Mhm.
admired their practices, and decided to take on that responsibility
Yeah.
and pass it down generationally, so that people wouldn't forget these practices, because there are entities out there that are trying to get us to forget who we are.
Mhm.
That's all I'm here for. It's like I just want people to know that what we practice here, yours is in a book, and I like that it's in a book.
Mhm.
But if that book was to be burned at some point, it was to be gone. The text is not in the book. It's inside of you. The
Yeah, it's
text
in
is
our
just a
heads.
reflection of what is inside.
Yeah. It will be gone one day. That's a part of it. One day, all of that knowledge will be gone. Even the words in the Quran, they will disappear. And there will be nobody left that remembers. And there are a lot of people that we call them Hafiz.
Yes, Hafiz.
That
They
remember
memorized the
them.
entire scripture.
But those people will be gone.
See, I'm the cultural expression of a Hafiz in my people's terms. So I remember thinking, when I heard what a shaman was at the beginning, they're culturally defined as one who knows.
Mhm.
And I thought, God damn, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, that's
knows
huge.
everything, but then I thought, I might not be able to know everything, but I'm going to do everything I can to get there.
Yeah.
The importance is not to know everything. It's just to have as much information as possible, and to know that it's never filled. That cup is never filled. It's always empty. It's always empty on some level.
Yeah, and that's a part of the whole heavens thing. There are ranks. I was listening to you guys. People have ranks, and there's all sorts of ranks. What you've done, how much you learned, your good deeds.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, when I tell people that I help people in their passings, the last thing I want is some type of. Someone tried to give me credit for that one day, and I'll never forget. I snapped back at him so quickly. I was like, "Look, I'm not telling you this because I want some fucking credit. It's the least we should do."
Yeah, but you deserve acknowledgement. If you're someone who's teaching people, then you're also you're a part of the best of creation. Someone who teaches, someone who passes on knowledge. That's important.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't want to demean your the credit that you're trying to bestow upon, but in my practice, I can't teach anybody anything. Since we all hold the entire bodies of knowledge within decentralized in quote DNA, or the geometric structure of water, I can only remind. I'm not a
But that's
teacher
the thing,
of
though.
anything.
It's in your body, right? But just because it's in your body doesn't mean you can read it. Doesn't mean you can tap into it.